Hadley Institute for the Blind and Visually Impaired presents iFocus, tips on using the vision accessibility features on the Mac. In today's installment, we'll look at navigating the desktop. Hello, my name is Douglas Walker. Today, we will be taking a look at the basics of navigating our Mac's desktop. With only a few commands, it really is just so easy to begin moving around our desktop. Now, if we're new to our Mac, we are really going to want to take advantage of Apple's built-in VoiceOver training utility. It does a pretty good job of getting us quickly up and running on our device, and Apple calls this training our VoiceOver Quick Start Guide. Now, our VoiceOver Quick Start Guide typically launches the first time we activate or the first time we start VoiceOver. And even though some people might skip the quick start, it really is a good idea to go through it because our VoiceOver Quick Start is going to teach us the basics of how to interact with different elements that we're going to encounter as we navigate through our operating system. Now, we're able to activate our VoiceOver Quick Start at any time by simply just pressing our Function key along with our Command, Option, Control, and our number 8 keys at the same time. So again, if we haven't yet completed our VoiceOver Quick Start, we really should give it a try. All right, back to navigating our desktop. Now, our desktop takes up the majority of our screen's landscape, and this is where we can place items that we want to quickly access, like maybe some documents or important folders, and even shortcuts to some of our favorite applications. Well, pretty much any item that we can save on our computer can be placed right here on our desktop if we like. Now, I prefer to only place items here that I am currently using or working with because I'm really obsessive compulsive about staying organized, I guess. Anyway, that's just me. So let's jump right in and start moving around our desktop. Now, our command for moving to our desktop is our VO keys plus our Shift key plus the letter D as in desktop. Now, if you're not yet familiar with what it means when we refer to our VO keys, well, VO stands for VoiceOver, and our VO keys are actually our Control and our Option keys pressed and held down at the same time. And we'll press and hold down our VO or VoiceOver keys in conjunction with other keys in order to perform different commands and actions. Now, we can also use our caps lock key to serve as our VO keys. That is, if we selected our caps lock key to function as our VO keys from within our VoiceOver utility settings. However, when we refer to our VO keys today, we will be referring to our Control and our Option keys being pressed or held down at the same time. This all might seem just a bit confusing at first. However, it really will all begin to come together as we start to navigate today. All right, how about we begin by finally moving to our desktop? Again, we're going to press and hold our VO keys along with our Shift key at the same time. And we'll just continue to hold them down. So let's do it. We'll hold our Control, Option, and Shift keys. Great. And now we'll just tap our letter D to get to our desktop. And we'll just tap.
Desktop, group. You are currently on a folder.
Great. Here we are on our desktop. Now, we heard VoiceOver announce desktop, so we know for sure that we're here. We also heard VoiceOver announce group. Now, this lets us know that there is more than one item on our desktop in which we are able to interact. We also heard VoiceOver announce folder. And this is really nice because we know then that our focus is currently on a folder on our desktop. All right. How about we check out the other items that are on our desktop here? All right, so our standard voiceover command for moving to our next item is our VO keys plus a right arrow key. I tell you, it's a really good idea to get used to using our VO keys because we're really going to be using them a lot here. So we kind of need to make it a habit of just continuously holding down our control and option keys. Again, we'll continue to hold them down, and then each time we tap or press our right arrow key, we'll be placed on the next item on our screen or desktop. So let's do it. We'll hold down our VO keys. So we'll hold those down, and now we'll just tap our right arrow key, and we'll just tap.
Navigating our Finder window. Rough draft. Pages. Pages publication. You are currently on a Pages publication.
All right, and here we are on our next item, which, as we heard VoiceOver announce, is a Pages document. All right, now remember, we're still holding down our VO keys. You know, now that we have an idea of how this all works, how about we quickly just move through the rest of our desktop here? So since we're still holding down our VO keys, we'll just tap our right arrow keys several times, and we'll check out the rest of the items on our desktop here. So we'll just tap our right arrow here.
Yes, and .epub electronic publication, EPUB. You are currently on electronic publication, EPUB.
Okay, so here we have an EPUB file or EPUB document, and this is the book Yes and, which is a really great book. So we're still holding down our VO keys, so we'll just tap our right arrow here again.
Notes.app alias. You are currently on alias.
Great, so here's our Notes app, and it said alias. That simply means that this is a shortcut that will get us to our Notes app if we were to activate this. Okay, so I think this is our last item. Remember, we're still holding down our VO keys, so I'll just tap my right arrow key again to see.
Notes.app alias.
All right, we heard VoiceOver announce that we are on our Notes app, and we also heard our end-of-list audio cue, so we know for sure that we're on our last item here, and that is pretty great. Okay, before we move back through our desktop, how about we check out a couple of really useful commands here. Now, we mentioned that we're currently on our Notes app, and let's say that we would like to open or activate it. Well, our command for opening or activating any item is our VO keys plus our spacebar. So to open our Notes app, or like we said, any of the other items on our desktop, we would just hold down our VO keys, and then we just tap our spacebar. So how about we give it a try? We'll open or activate our Notes app here. First, we'll just press and hold our VO keys here, and we'll press those. Okay, and there we are. And now we'll just tap our spacebar, and we'll open up our Notes app here. We'll just go ahead and tap our spacebar.
Open dimmed collapsed window. Notes. Notes window. Folders table. Scripts Mac. Selected has keyboard focus. You are currently on a table. To enter this table, press Control Option Shift down arrow.
Great. Our Notes app has opened, and hey, we're ready to begin a new note. But we don't want to do that because, well, today is all about our desktop, right? Anyway, it's good to know that we can easily quit any application by using our quit command. And to use our quit command, we will press and hold our command key, and then we'll just tap the letter Q to quit. So let's give it a try. We'll just press and hold our command key. All right, and now we'll just tap our letter Q, and we'll just tap.
Finder, desktop, notes.app alias. You are currently on alias.
Okay, our Notes app has closed. We've been placed right back on our Notes app shortcut here, and we're right back in our desktop. All right, so that's pretty great. All right, another really useful command is our command for activating an item's shortcut menu. Now, our shortcut menu gives us quick access to things like the ability to copy or share our item, and even the ability to move an item to our trash bin, which I tell you can be super handy. Now, our shortcut menu command is our VO keys. Who'd have thought it, right? Plus our shift key, plus the letter M for menus. So how about we check out our shortcut menu for our Notes app here. We'll just press and hold our VO keys along with our shift key, and we'll just press those now. All right, and now we'll just tap our letter M here, and we'll just tap our letter M.
Menu, 18 items.
All right, our Notes app shortcut menu has opened for us, and VoiceOver announced that we have 18 items in our menu here, and this is really great. Now, to navigate our shortcut menu here, we will just simply tap our up or down arrow keys to move through each of the items in our list here. It really doesn't matter which arrow key we use, because if we continue to press either our up or our down arrow key, well, once we reach either the bottom or the top of our shortcut menu, we will just simply continue to cycle back through our, all of our menu items here again. So let's do it. How about we just tap our down arrow a few times here, and we'll just tap our down arrow.
Open. You are currently on a menu item. To choose this menu item, press Control, Option, Space. To close this menu, press Escape.
Okay, so we get some really great hints there. Of course, this is our open menu item, and we've already opened our Notes app here earlier, but we could open it from right here in our context menu, our pop-up menu here. So that's pretty great. Now, we're going to get those hints every time we tap our down arrow. So to mute our hints, or to mute VoiceOver at any time, all we have to do is tap our Control key. So we might let it play out the first time, but then we'll start using our Control key to mute our VoiceOver, because that could get a bit redundant here. So we'll just tap our down arrow.
Show Original. You are currently on a menu item. To choose this menu item, press Control, Option, Space.
Okay.
To close this menu, press Escape.
And we'll let that finish out. But this is the ability to show our original Notes app file there. So anyway, it's pretty cool. Again, we're going to start muting those hints there. So we'll just tap our down arrow.
Move to trash. You are current.
Okay, we pressed our Control key to mute it there. Okay, here's our move to trash. So we could actually move this Notes app shortcut to trash if we like from here.
Get info.
You
are currently on a menu item. To choose this menu,
we again pressed our down arrow there. So I think you get the idea. We'll press our down arrow a couple more times.
Rename.
And we pressed our Control to pause those hints, or to pause VoiceOver. So here's our rename. We could actually rename this app right here if we like. So we'll press our down arrow a couple more times.
Compress Notes.app.
We could compress this from right
Duplicate.
here. And we press our down arrow.
You are currently on a menu item.
We could duplicate. All right, so I think we get the idea here. I tell you, we really do have some super useful tools and options here. Now, as we were moving through our shortcut menu, VoiceOver kept giving us our hint for how we can actually exit our shortcut menu here. And we were told that we can simply just tap our escape button to exit our shortcut menu at any time. Okay, so how about we do just that? We'll just tap our escape key here, and we'll just tap it.
Closing menu, Notes.app alias, Notes.app alias. You are currently on alias.
Okay, we're back on our Notes app, and of course, right back in our desktop here. So, all right, so you've probably already guessed that if we want to go back or move to the previous item on our desktop, that we'll just again need to hold down our VO keys, and that we'll just tap our left arrow key. So let's give it a try here. We'll just move back through our desktop again. So we'll just hold down our VO keys, and we'll just hold our Control and Option down here. All right, and now we'll just tap our left arrow key here, and we'll move back through our desktop, and we'll just tap.
Yes, and .epub electronic publication, EPUB. You are currently on electronic publication, EPUB.
Okay, so here's our EPUB document again, our book here. So that's great. All right, and we'll just tap our left arrow key again. Remember, we're still holding our VO keys down, so we'll tap our left arrow.
Navigating our Finder window, rough draft. Pages publication. You are currently on a Pages publication.
Okay, so here's our Pages publication again, and we're still holding our VO keys down, so we'll press our left arrow key again.
iFocus demonstration folder. You are currently on a folder.
Great, so here we are on our folder again, and I believe this is our last item, or our first item here on our desktop. So let's press our, remember we're still holding our VO keys down, so we'll press or tap our left arrow key again here.
iFocus demonstration folder.
Great, and we heard our top of list audio cue, and of course, you know, we said that we're back on our iFocus folder again here. So there we go. You know, with just a few simple commands, I tell you, it really is just so easy to quickly begin moving or navigating through the items on our desktop. Again, my name is Douglas Walker. Take care, and I'll see you next time. For more from the iFocus series, including many other topics of interest to individuals with vision loss, visit the Videos at Hadley page on the Hadley Institute for the Blind and Visually Impaired website at www.hadley.edu.